Anyway, we'll start. Boom. Boom. Got him. There it is. Live on YouTube. I still love that frictionless hydroplane with aerodynamic steering. I'm like, that does sound kind of cool. I won't lie. I mean, like, look at this man. Look at this man. He is excited about this hydroplane. I love it. I love it. So, let's run this. We went to a build. We did do a build. I do not want that now. I do not want that currently. All right, what flavor? Lemonade or grop? This is before I look because I'm like double checking. Is this the caves boss? Unless my brain is... Oh, this might be a V2 boss, and I'm not as familiar with them. Idola, have the immortal feather. Which one is that? Idola, have the immortal feather. I don't actually know which song that is. Idola, hold the immortal feather. Guess so. Music theme is the theme. Oh, Olga Flow. Okay. It's the first theme associated with Olga Flow, the second boss of both Seabed area and episode 2 as a whole. The final boss, yeah. Right, it's Olga Flow. Yeah. Oh, that's such a tiny picture. It needs a bigger picture. Yeah, episode 3 is fucking wild. I'm sorry, what? Now I need to play PSP 2. Huh? That's crazy. But yeah, episode 3's the storyline is crazy. Anyway, I was not expecting that. I was like, wait a second, this is definitely boss music. I just don't know for which one. Okay, so we start a server. Beep bop boop bada beep bop bop. And it fires up a client, and I think we broke. Yep, player prefab is missing. This is really annoying, and I hope this gets fixed soon. I don't know why it keeps doing it. I kind of guess what it's basically a problem is every time you modify a prefab in the every time you modify a prefab in like prefab mode, if it's doesn't have the network manager in the scene, it breaks the example prediction character controller. Oh wait, is there a rigid body prediction? There's rigid body prediction. There's a rigid body prediction. Oh my god. But it's using the other network manager, and I don't want that. Hold on, let's double check that there's player spawner, time manager, ping display, transport man. Oh, there's ping display. I didn't even know. Transport manager, server manager, prediction manager, client manager, client manager. Okay, I don't actually know if we have that. Hold on, let's get our client manager, time manager. Hold on, let's minimize these so I can see all of them. This is using tugboat. It's not what I'm using. Let's unpack. Okay, this one has the time manager up there. I just want them to be on the right. I have transport manager, Fishy Unity transport, and this has tugboat transport manager. So we will put transport manager, tugboat. I will add a ping display right under my Fishy Unity transport. I'm sorry, server manager. What? Unpacking. Okay, I mean, I guess. Server manager. And then a prediction manager. And then I have my relay controller. And they have client manager. So the only difference is that I have my relay controller, which is how I do the relay stuff. So these two are exactly the same, except the transport is different. Cool. Okay. Ooh, actually, and then we look at player spawner, and this just does rigid body prediction network object. Okay, let's look at the rigid body prediction object. Let's make our own. So it's a rigid body, a network object, a predicted object that has prediction type other. What? Why is it using prediction type other? Even though it has like a rigid body prediction type. And so it's using predicted object and network object. Rigid body prediction, rigid body, instance finder, on tick, blah blah blah, update. Oh, interesting. So this is actually set using the update, not the on tick, right? Oh, it's using update. Okay, it's using update to do input, and then storing. Velocity equals 0. If the key is right alt, angular just stop moving. It just like presses it to like force it to stop moving. This is jump, right? Jump equals true. Next jump time. Left shift, and then jump equals straight. So yeah, so basically it's just... And then on tick, time manager on tick is just doing build move data, move, try despawn bullet, try spawn bullet. Interesting. But it's doing the same thing. It's server, all server is doing is move. Is this, wait, is this, this is gonna be really sad if this is, no, it's predicted, so it shouldn't be, yeah, network object is networked, global initialized object. Now I'm kind of confused. Hold on. Examples. Let's look at the other one. Character controller prediction. Cancel. Hold on. Save as. Scenes. Let's look at character controller prediction again. Character controller prediction has the prefab for the character controller prediction, which is this is the default, is a network transform. Oh wait, did it have the network transform? I'm double checking. Rigid body prediction, predicted network object, predicted object. No. Prediction type is none. Wait, what? Does this even work? Hold on. We'll get rid of this network manager for my relay controller one. And we will select the scene asset. Whatever. And then put this as our number one thing here. And we'll do a build. I'm so confused. If this works, then it's lying. Composition, build move data, try spawn bullet, try despawn bullet, add gravity, move, reconciliation. Hello? Oh, I was like, hello? What is happening? Player spawner, there it is. Rigid body prediction. Now, does rigid body prediction have a camera? No. Okay. Oop. Unassigned. Yeah, graphical object of the predicted. Okay. Yeah, rigid body prediction. The rigid body prediction class is just busted. Awesome. Yeah, rigid body prediction. Obviously the sphere is the graphical object. And then we apply the thing here, save. I'll remove this and run again. server. The object you want to instantiate is null. Knob bullet prefab. Okay, we'll run it again. Okay, so the player works, the player spawns, save, and then we'll build and run. Okay, so we start a server. Grab our join code. Enter our join code, join as a client. Oop. Excuse me. This is interesting. So the player can move. Is moving correctly, but the other one is not moving. And then on this one, it's actually not rendering. Oh, my bet is because the pink is caused by the default material. Blue mat, predicted bullet. Blue mat. We'll go with red mat. Red. And then rigid body prediction. We'll use blue mat. Sphere. Use yellowish mat for kicks. Save. Build and run. My guess is that the pink like fail thing is only there because start the server. It starts as a client. Okay, hold on. I think we need to modify this further. Other thing is I need the prefab, the quantum console prefab. Let's add that. And then the other thing is our prefab. Our rigid body prediction prefab will have a VCAM. Virtual camera. The virtual camera will aim at the sphere We'll follow and look at the sphere, and the transposer will set it to 10 up and 10 back, and then we'll look at. Okay, so we put this in the scene, and then we give our. Where's our main camera? There it is. Main camera has a Cinemachine brain. Perfect. Remove our rigid body. Run. Player prefab is empty. Network manager missing. Rigid body prediction. Okay. Server. Boom. Well, that's not quite correct. I think it's just struggling. Because the look is like weird. My guess is it's probably better to do this and then just do nothing for look at, and just use the transposer with no damping. Run the server. Okay, and oh, that's not good. Why? I mean, I know when I rotate the virtual camera would rotate, but I thought transposer would lock with world up. Would cause it to maybe I can set it to the follow. Maybe I can set it to the root or something. Hard look at. No additional settings, and just set it to I want to try to not modify this as much as possible. It's kind of the main issue here. Let's just get rid of that. And we'll just move the camera. So that we can see the whole. Okay, so now we can see the whole scene. Okay, we have the server. Oops. Object not set to an instance of an object. I bet we broke. Rigid body player, no? Okay. Oh, I must have clicked the server button twice. I have to deal with the actual server joining and stuff. Clean that up at some point. Okay, so it spawns in and we can move around. Cool. Okay, so now we'll do a build and run. We're just gonna get an error, I'm pretty sure, because the rigid body has no network transform, or it's not going to move on the remotes at all because. So we have our server, right? So our server has our client here. And then we will take our code, join code, we'll run this. And then we'll use our join code over here. And we're joining, and there's our two objects, right? So if I move this one, it's not moving. And I can move this one. And it's moving on the server. Okay, well that's something, that's more than I expected, right? The client moving on the server works, but the server is not sending its data to the client is synced totally correctly.
This time I'll protect you.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so at the very least, the big thing is the way they're handling the movement. They apply a force. There's still an update method, which is interesting, but this seems just pointless. Oh, I bet this is just to stop it from running away. On pre-replicate replay, server does not replay, so it does not need to add gravity. Time manager on tick, reconciliation, build move data, move, despawn, and spawn bullets. Add gravity. Server and all clients must add the additional gravity. Adding gravity is not necessary. Required in general, but to make jumps more snappy, extra gravity is added per tick. All clients and server need to simulate the gravity to keep prediction equal across the network. Yeah. And then on post tick, we reconcile. Reconcile is sent during the post tick because we want to send the rigid body data after simulation. Yeah. None of this is all like. All of this makes sense to me. Reconcile just does the velocity, right? Angular velocity. Yep, same as mine, right? So if we look at like my player, oops, close all of these. If we look at our rigid body prediction, and then we look at my player class, it does a lot of the same things. So here's my reconcile data, which has basically all of the things, right, for types. Right, angular velocity versus I have, yeah, angular velocity, position, rotation, angular velocity, cool. And then this has like jump and does like horizontal, vertical, where I just take a direction in vector 2, rotation, angle, and sprinting. Which I don't actually use rotation angle at all, but you know, I wasn't testing jumping either, so. And then like awake and on destroy, right? I was doing it on enable, on disable, but I can move that. Or sorry, on start network, on stop network. But I'm kind of basically doing the same thing, although it is doing this in the in here. So if we do this, I don't move here, I only move here. And then I only do the reconcile in the post tick. Okay, so we have the tick and the post tick. And then in the owner, on pre-replicate replay. Yeah, it's doing it on start client, on stop client. I don't know why it's doing it in awake and destroy instead of on start and stop client, but we will find out. So, the rigid, I believe is the name I called it, and it's a rigid body 2D. And we'll do the post and pre and post tick here. And then we don't actually do any of this here. Right, we don't do the prediction manager on replicate replay. And then realistically, I don't really care about any of this. This doesn't matter because I'm not doing replays. On tick, post tick, build move data is basically the same as my like get input. Is basically what I do. So here this. And then I don't do the bullets because I don't have bullets yet. And then and it's using add force. Whereas my movement, let's move this up here because they do it first, but I was doing just setting the velocity instead of rigid dot add force, and then we could do this, right? So let's go back and test our. Let's switch my build again. So we build the game. We'll put the game scene first again. Ask later. I will 100% do that later. Once I get better at this, I'll definitely recommend, but it's a matter of like getting there. So let's go to our scenes. Go back to our game scene. So we have our network manager, we have our player class, and this is basically set up just like our thing, but it uses rigid body 2D. The thing is, they don't actually, they use other, and they don't have a network transform applied. So let's just try this. I wonder if it's some kind of like weird issue with like network transform. Obviously, like didn't need to. It says it needs it, but it does it. Like that's the question. So we'll start a server. All right, we're starting a server just like before. Spawning. Player uses add force instead of so it kind of glides, right? And then we'll take our code and we will join as a client. And so we can see that we have our player here. There's the other player has moved, and now if I move this, no sync. But if I move the player, or sorry, I move the clients, the client is correctly predicted, right? Which makes sense, because what's happening is this is doing the whole like replicate to send the message, reconcile to reconcile the position, right? This one, however, doesn't have a network transform, so it's not sending it to. If I ran a second copy of this, you would see the same kind of behavior. So to fix that, right, we apply a network manager, or we change the the type to rigid body 2D, the prediction type to rigid body 2D. So then we hit build and run, because this it specifically says when the using physics prediction do not include a network transform, this component will synchronize the prediction, the instance. So we'll build, get our second build, we'll run, right? And then server. Right, so we have our player. Client is joining. Client is able to move. Okay. Now I think the problem, right, is that the right now the player force is pretty low, but I think if I increase the player force, the actual force, I will see the same behavior. Right, so if we run this and run the server, you will see that like the player is significantly faster now. It's just something, I think it's just something with like how it does the physics prediction or the physics stuff, right? So we have like different, we have much fast, the player is like significantly faster now, right? The amount of force I'm applying is a lot higher. So now if I build and run, and then I run the server, and then I look at, and the client, what'll happen is the client, the server's player will jump forward. Actually we'll build 2 copies. So we'll start this one. Right. So this player has the fast player, right? We have 2 network tests now, right? We do this. We'll make a small one. This will also make a small one, right? So this one we're joining as a client. This is 2 builds, right? So this one, it kind of jumps forward even though the player hasn't actually moved here. When I press it, but this one looks perfectly fine. And as I said, I think that's the kind of the problem. Is so now it's more obvious when can we do post tick? Oh yeah, we can do post tick and just say on post tick rigid dot velocity equals rigid dot velocity dot clamp clamp magnitude to 5, right? We'll say clamp magnitude to 5 or something like that, right? Oh, it's a vector to clamp magnitude of the velocity and 5, right? So now, right, that we're clamping the magnitude of of it to 5, right? We can just apply significantly more force, right? Or we can just say like rigid dot velocity times equals 0.9 or something like that, where it like decreases the velocity, or actually at a consistent rate or something, so that it's clamped to 5, as well as like so we're not we're just like kind of hacking in, make the velocity really high really fast, then clamp it to 5, and then decay the velocity extremely fast. Right, so if we look at our inspector, we have our player class, which will have like 100. We'll set the speed to 100, and then network manager missing player. Right, so we have our player. Server. Right, we just like start, but we decay very fast. My guess is that we can literally just expose. Hold on. Public float full decay speed equals 0.5 f. Public float max velocity magnitude equals 100. Let's just like, or like 50, right? So now the player will update to that. So the player object has a max velocity magnitude of 50 and a decay speed of 0.5, which is really aggressive. So we'll start a server. Oh, I'm dumb. I didn't actually apply these. Yes, max velocity magnitude is that. Decay speed is this. Save. Now you'll run. Leave a review. Really annoying. Constantly asks me for a review. Okay, hold on. 500. And then we'll set this to like 10,000. Oh, whoa. That's a bit high. Too many magnitudes high. $200. Right, so right, you can see 1,000, 30.9. We'll set that as our defaults. 1,000. 1,000. 30.9. Save. And then we will double check, make sure our network set up still. Okay, perfect. And build and run. Server. Players flying around. Meow. Okay, then we grab our join code. We join client. And our client here. Our client's meow. Whoa. Okay, hold the fuck on. Oh, it's like snapping back due to reconciliation. Interesting. Oh, let's look at the rigid body prediction again. Yeah, rigid body prediction. Okay, the reconciliation does include velocity. Okay. So it just might be like really aggressive. Like its prediction is like the client prediction is making it move really fast. And so it's like moving it ahead and then snapping us back to where the server thinks we are. And then this one is just, but is the same thing. It's like predicting we'll go ahead in time because we're moving really fast. Hold on, I have to hear this. Somebody sent me a video. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So it's a joke. So it's somebody's birthday, and the guys at one of the. Oh my god! This is so annoying. I really. This is so obnoxious. It's so perfect for this, and then it's just fucking awful for the this. Why? Why does this have to be such a pain in the butt? Okay, so my guess is that I need to look at the prediction v2 because there is a updated v2 prediction, right? This sucks. I wonder if the v2 prediction is just like significantly better. Prediction manager to customize global settings. Predict offline when using predictions, especially physics predictions. The client will often re-simulate physics to make corrections. You might want to add an offline rigid body component to prevent non-networked objects from simulating multiple times during a correction. Rigid body types is to 3D. Get in children. Offline rigid bodies. When using predictions, especially physics. Okay, predicted object. Predicted object is any networked object which may be affected by client-side prediction. This could be the player object, which is using client-side prediction, or an object which may collide into, such as a player may collide into, such as a rolling ball. Predicted object is responsible for configuring objects, smoothing, and reconciling them when appropriate. Graphical object owner settings. When prediction type is set to okay. Smoothing, maintain velocity, resend type, interval. Maintained velocity. It retains a percentage of loss of velocity between simulations. This is going to be useful. If an object has a lot of drag, but you expect to keep the velocity on the server, positive values will okay. Maintained velocity. I wonder if that's what's causing my issue. I have maintained velocity at 1. I wonder if I just set it to 0. I wonder if it's like that's the problem. Maintain velocity is 0. The main multiplier applied to the difference in velocity between ticks. Positive values result in more velocity, while lower responses. If a value of 1f will prevent any velocity from being lost between ticks unless indicated by the server. Okay, let's try the same thing, but with a maintained velocity of 0. Also, PV2 supports is setting velocities directly. Huh. It sounds like the thing I really want is the V2, but just start a server, get our join code. Here's our player. Boom, 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 boom. They move. They're good. Perfect. Then we run this. Let's see. Let's look at the GitHub. Does this have a link to the documentation? Oh, this is the books. Oh, API. This is the Gitbook API. Fish Networking API can be found here. V2. Predicted object. Okay, anyway, so let's add our client prediction or client code. Yeah, I'm still having that same issue. I wonder if there's like using the move would be better, right? So like instead of making it like a kinematic body necessarily, I could just directly manipulate the position, right? So we say like move, and we say instead of add force, we just like move this dot transform dot position plus the direction and current speed. Move position. Move rotation. It just set the angle. Okay. I wonder how this will work. Because the other thing is like, right now I want, because the big thing is I want, obviously, I will want 2D square. I will want a box collider, box collider 2D. Like I will want like colliders like this to like actually exist. So let's try like encapsulating 150. There we go. Put up a barrier on the server. Okay, well, I'm going very fast now. I'm going maybe too fast. We'll set it back to what, because I'm pretty sure what it is it's how many units per and then the smoothing is actually happening because of the decay. Or if I can't modify it. Oh, decay doesn't matter anymore because I'm just physically setting the new position. Like magnitude and stuff don't matter anymore because the velocity is never being set. I'm just teleporting. I'm literally just teleporting it some number of units. Vector 2 and double. Oh, tick delta is a double. Interesting. And so now this is in seconds. The units per second I can move. Right, so if I look at the player here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then I want to set this to like 10, so I can move 10 units per second. Right, so I can say like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, so there's my movement. Right, so I didn't mean to save. Build and run, build and execute, build and go. So we'll click server. It'll give us a join code. Boom. We can. Oh, it's still set to 1. Well, we're not going to get our thing, but we'll see. Does it? It does work. The player just moves painfully slow. We'll make the player move it. Let's say 20. 20 max running speed. Running speed we'll double it. We'll make it 40. Make them go real fast. Okay. Server. If this works, I'm just gonna say that this is probably the way I'll do it for a while. All right, that's one. I'm stumped. It's one. I'm gonna go sleep it off, and see if I can't figure out how to fix this. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. I've got it up. I'm gonna try and learn the route. It doesn't seem that bad. Like, it seems pretty straightforward, but I guess we'll see. Okay. Maybe I just avoid that tree altogether. Nope. There's a hitbox on the tree. I see now why he climbs it. I see. It actually saves, like, literally 3 seconds, because I just have to climb these. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's even more trivial than I remembered. All it does is skip this part right here. Ooh, too much. Oh, unlucky. We're gonna take it slow.